For the last couple of years, there's been this thing hanging out there in Milwaukee County about this investigation involving some of your former aides when you were county executive. As you've watched things progress and now to the level where I think a deputy chief of staff was recently sentenced to some jail time for illegal campaigning on county time, what are your thoughts and what have you seen from your perspective as this has moved forward?
Well, if you look at the recent instance, it was an individual that was involved with taking money from this program called Operation Freedom, which was something I started about a decade ago, a one-day event to honor military personnel, veterans, and their families, and thank them for their service. We did it all through volunteer donations, and ultimately one of the veteran service organizations that was involved, the leader of that, was charged and found guilty of taking money from that. One of the other people he worked with, who had worked at the county, did that as well. That was something we initiated. We were concerned about that. My chief of staff, Tom Nardelli at the time, and I sat down. Were very concerned about where that money was, never knowing just how bad it was. And I ultimately sent him to go talk to the district attorney, and that initiated this whole discussion. Now, the other position you just talked about is one where somebody was campaigning not for me, but for somebody else while they were working for the county. That completely violates the policy we had. We had someone else at our office who violated that a year or two before then, and we took action. Had we known about this other individual, we would have clearly taken action. I mean, time and time again, the evidence has showed that. So I hope we're near a conclusion. I don't know. I don't have any inside information on that. I think for everybody involved and for folks watching, I'd like to have that chapter completed for us to be able to move on, because every time we talk about that, it's one less minute I'm talking about jobs and improving the economy and the prosperity of people in the state.
As a manager, as an executive, whether it's chief executive of the county or of the state, some people would wonder, how could you not know what your people beneath you are doing?
Well, I mean, I had 7,000 people that work for me at the county. I have 70,000 at the state. I want to know what everybody's doing. And you look going forward, we started, when I started almost 2 years ago as governor, we took some even more stringent steps as governor. I have an ethics policy. I have a training program. I have a statement that people have to sign. We have continuous updates in that regard. We do that for our appointees and our cabinet as well as our governor's office folks. So we have taken advanced steps even since then to make sure that things are transparent, objective, and we're following the letter of the law as well as the intent of the law. And I think going forward, people are going to see that.